Hello friends, today we will start new chapter playing with numbers. So first we see what is meant by factor. So factor is a exact divisor of that number. In last year we see what is meant by divisor. So now factor is a divisor that exactly divides that number. That is, after division the remainder is 0. Now let's see an example here. 10 by 2, we divide 10 by different numbers. First 2, then 3, then we'll divide by 5, 4 and by 10. So we'll see whether the remainder is 0 or not. So when we divide by 2, we get a 0 remainder. So 2 is the exact divisor of 10. 3 when we divide 3, we get a remainder 1. So it is not an exact divisor. When we divide by 4, we get a remainder 2. So 4 is not an exact divisor. When we divide by 5, we get 0, remainder as 0. So 5 is an exact divisor of 10. So exact divisor is called the factor of that number. So here 2, 5 are the factors of number 10. Again we also here we write 2, 5 are factors of the number 10. That means the divisor that exactly divides the number. So also we can divide other two by another two numbers, that is the 1 and the number itself. So if we divide 10 by 1, we get the remainder 0. So let's divide 10 by 1. So the remainder is 0. So 1 is also an divisor of 1 is also an exact divisor of 10. Next is we will divide 10 by itself, that is 10. So the remainder is 0. So when we divide any number by a divisor and we get a remainder 0, then we say that the number is the factor of that number. So here 2, 5, 1, 10, 1 and 10 are the factors of number 10. So in short we can write factor is exact divisor of that number. And here 3 and 4 are not the factors of 10. Why? Because they do not exactly divide the number 10. Now let's see what is meant by multiple. So multiple is a number that's come in the table of that particular number. So what is a table of 3? We know the table of 3 is 3 1 ja 3, 3 2 ja 6, 3 3 ja 9, 3 4 ja 12, 3 5 ja 15 and so on. So the numbers 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 and so on are called the multiples of 3. Take another example. Let's take 4. So in table of 4 we have 4, 8, 12, 16 and so on. 4 1 ja 4, 4 2 ja 8, 4 3 ja 12 and so on. So these numbers are called multiples of 4. Now let's see some facts about factors. We now know what are factors. Now let's learn some facts about them. So first point to remember about factors is that 1 is a factor of every number. That is, any number has one factor common, and it is 1. We know we can divide any number by 1. So 1 is a factor of every number. Point 2 is every number is factor of itself. We see an example of 10. If we divide 10 by itself, that is by 10, we get the remainder 0. That is, it is a exact divisor of that number. So every number is a factor of itself. Third point is every factor of number is exact divisor of that number. We learn this in factor, that every factor divides exactly divide that number. So next point is every factor is less than or equal to given number. We see the factors of 10, 1, 2, 5 and 10. So every factor is less than or equal to that number. And fifth point to remember it is that every number has finite or countable factors. That is, we can count easily the number of factors of a given number. So we can say there is limited or finite number of factors of a number. So for second point, every number is a factor of itself, we use the example 10 by 10. So we get a remainder 0. So every number is a factor of itself. So remainder is 0. That's why we can say every number is a factor of itself. And for the first point, 1 is a factor of every number, we can divide 10 by 1. So we get a remainder is 0. We take another example of 2. So 2 divided by 1, we get a remainder 0. So 1 is a factor of every number. And for third point, every factor of a number is exact divisor of that number, we know. Fourth point is every factor is less than or equal to that number. And fifth, every number has finite or countable factors, as we count the number of factors of a given number. So we say every number has a countable factors. Now let's see some facts about multiples. We have seen what is multiple. Multiples are the numbers which comes in that table of that number. So we see some facts about multiples. So every multiple of a number is greater than or equal to that number. As we have seen, the multiples of 3. Multiples of 3 are start from 3, because 3 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So every multiple of a number is greater than or equal to that number. Also we take another example. If we take 5, multiples of 5 are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, etc. So we say every multiple of a number is greater than or equal to that number. Because first multiple of any number is the number itself, and after multiples are greater than that number. Next point is multiples of a given number are infinite or countless, because we can keep multiplying that number by the number itself. For example, 6 1 ja 6, 6 2 ja 12, 6 3 ja 18. We can go on counting or multiplying the same number by number of times. So multiples of given number are infinite, or we say countless. Now third point is every number is multiple of itself. We see there. We also saw that multiples of 3 are 3, 6, 9, 12, etc. So the first multiple of every number is number itself. So if we see for multiples of 5, 5, 10, 15, 20 are multiples of 5. So very first number is 5. Means every number is multiple of itself. So these 3 points we need to remember regarding multiples. So these are the some facts about multiples.